Hello, dear listener. You have just stumbled across the UWC Network podcast, and it is your fortunate day because you're going to hear things that may make you laugh, may make you cry, may start some thoughts in your head that you don't even know why. But one thing you have to remember is anyone speaking, they represent themselves and not the UWC Network. Some of the things they will say will be polarizing, will be offensive, but most definitely will be thought-provoking. So do yourself a favor. If this is not something that you're prepared for as a person,
adult, some kind of mammal, human cyborg hybrid, professional wrestler, police officer, an elected official, store manager, cook, mortician, traffic officer, zoologist, cryptozoologist, religious philosopher, master of the occult, car enthusiast, lawn enthusiast, golfer, high school cheerleader, car wash owner, captain of industry, doula, futuristic humanoid returning to the past to somehow stop the one thing that will destroy your present.
You should probably turn this off right now, because listening past this point, you have agreed verbally, silently, and unequivocally to not sue us. So, enjoy the show.
Welcome to Social Anarchist.
Oh, be good! Only for power! America!
My name is Christopher X always marks the spot. I'm being joined by Positive Panda.
Hello.
Yeah. The man called Flood.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
You said that absolutely wrong.
I know.
Horrible.
You didn't know. You thought you were doing okay.
I know.
What was the A at the end?
And
that was the
squirrel.
No, I know what it was. Hi, guys.
Oh my god. That was all over the place.
I gotta say what it was.
What was it?
It was the Canadian version of Como Está.
Why? Because he ended it with an
¿Cómo
A?
está?
Yes.
So what have you guys been doing since the last time we got together? All of 3 days ago? What day did you guys come over? Was it Sunday?
I don't even remember.
No, it wasn't Monday.
No.
Because Monday, it had to have been Sunday or Saturday.
Something like that.
It was Saturday. That's when it was. Because I had just gotten out of the shoot job. And you guys were already here.
Yep.
Yep.
He's done so many podcasts. They all blur together.
They have been getting that. The content has been there, and people are actually listening. Speaking of which, anybody who listens to this podcast and is interested in something a little bit different, there is another one that is through our account that's out there. It's a brand new podcast. We're trying to get it off the ground and get it moving. It's called the G-Spot. The real G-Spot. Right? What?
Yes.
What, you got a fucking problem I brought it up?
It's called The Real G-Spot.
Why'd you look at me like that?
I thought you were mentioning your other one coming up in 2 days.
That's all on this channel. They don't have to look for it. So, one-stop shop.
Someone's sour.
So, I'm not sour. I'm just looking at logistics. But, yes, The Real G-Spot is a separate podcast channel. And it's not about sex, maybe. No, it's not about... Is it?
No.
It's not about sex. And if you want to know what it is about, you can Google it, or not Google it. Actually, you can search it in your podcast platforms that you go to. I think it's actually been accepted by all the podcast platforms that we're on. I don't know.
Find it on Facebook, The Real G-Spot. I post the links there.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's right. You do have a Facebook. So it's just Facebook.com/The Real G-Spot?
Sure.
You didn't set that up, did you? Awesome. All right, yeah. This is what you get for going on your own and not asking for help. All right, we'll see if we can get that. I doubt we're going to be able to get that because that sounds like something somebody would get a fan page about to talk about their vaginas or something. It's not about vaginas, maybe. But you should listen to it. It is actually a very interesting listen. So, have you guys had a chance to listen to it at all? Or
No.
You have not listened to it yet? Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty captivating. It is. So, and you haven't listened to it either. I could tell.
No.
I could.
We'll
Wow,
have to
it's
check
out
it
there. It's on your Amazon.
It's fine because I think that now that I did my first podcast, listen to it, I'm going to redo the format completely.
So here we go.
What happens?
I was going back and forth between
so then
two.
There's no need for me to listen to
No, you should
Right.
absolutely
You should
listen.
still listen
No,
to
you
it.
should absolutely listen to it. What do you?
Absolutely.
I had basically two paths. What's the poem? That diverged, and I took the less traveled. No, anyway, it's not Robert Frost. But there were two paths that I was thinking, And now that I did it, listened, I think the other one is probably a better option. So
Okay. Sure. Anything else going on with you guys?
Not really.
What have we done? We worked. I worked.
You worked?
Lot,
You worked?
yeah.
Nothing? Nothing else? Haven't gotten that Mutant League football yet?
No, I gotta wait till Friday.
Good man. It's fun. I wonder... Oh, see, I don't have that cool thing. I love how PlayStation... I think they're the only ones that really do it. Are they the only ones where you have to like pay for your subscription? It's the only way you're going to be able to play with other people online, or
No.
is that everybody now?
Nintendo
Yeah,
Switch does
Nintendo
that too.
Switch.
Seriously,
Yeah.
everybody, huh? I'm assuming Xbox does the
Yeah,
same
because
fucking.
they have
Yeah, I think
different tiers.
That you can
You know,
do.
it didn't used to
What
be
you
a
can
thing.
do.
Like I was able to get on there and play my Conan, play with other people, and one day they were like, "Hey, check it out. You paid us $60 for a year." Yeah, I know I did. Yeah, it's 120. No, it's not. I'm not doing
Think
that.
about it. Xbox does that too, but
It
you
sucks.
they're not the yearly prescription. Actually,
Prescription?
subscription.
Is it what you need for your pain?
Yes.
I understand. You saw how I didn't make fun of you. I understood exactly what you. But the women automatically were like, prescription.
we were
You're
silent.
funny.
Thank you.
You were what now?
We were silent.
Oh, I thought you said you were
It's
sighing.
not that expensive.
How much is it?
It's I think 50.
That's still fucking expensive to me.
No,
I am paying.
can't remember.
Listen,
No,
Okay.
because she paid for it. $16.99.
actually, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good. Well, this is that is really fun. When I paid 60, fuck you. Anyway,
Can I interrupt with a question?
what's up?
Where did we land on the idea of discussing hard drugs on this podcast?
Is where I land. Anytime hard drugs are brought up on any of the podcasts that I have produced, you will hear this. Now you guys are in the know. So if you listen to the recently we did a shooting. I'm glad you brought that up. Recently we did a shooting with friends with Victor Lord. Great podcast. You should hear it. Listen to it. If you hear randomly, if you're listening, because I did actually get somebody who messaged me and said, "Why is there random eagle noises?" Now you know why. Yeah, instead of doing a what do you call it, a buzzer or sensor, the
beeping
sensor
out,
noise,
yeah.
I decided to do the eagle because go birds.
So I'm going to share the random thought that nobody asked for.
Drugs. Anyway,
I for sure could never experiment with hard drugs.
you're supposed to wait for that. All right, go ahead.
Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Because caffeine. So
What?
there are so many days that like all I could think about when I wake up
It's just that's
is
true.
either drinking a Diet Coke
So you're an addict.
or a Diet Dr. Pepper, specifically a fountain drink, not from the bottle, not from a
Yeah, why
can,
is
that will
that
not
with
do.
you? They actually taste better out of the bottle.
And
It's
I'm
the way it's
telling you,
carbonated.
that first sip, I have no words.
So you have an addiction.
And that's caffeine.
That's foul. Listen, you know what stopped me from you've done stuff in your life, right, Flood?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done stuff. What about you, Squirrel?
Do you mean like drugs?
Just yeah, sure.
The only thing I've ever done is
Yeah,
smoke weed.
I don't want you to fucking shut
That's
up.
it.
Just shut up. I don't want to, But all right, so yes, some, but nothing like okay, because like I was, there's been jokes with friends that I may or may not have anymore, where we'll be talking about Kane and and whatever, and then there was that huge thing where it's like. Unfortunately, a few people, and actually a lot of people in the Rochester area would OD with heroin, right? I never in my life have ever had the want or need to use needles for anything. Okay?
No.
And you know why? You'll never guess why. Actually, you know what? Please, Flood, guess why.
You hate needles.
Well, I do hate needles, but there's a reason why I hate needles. But Yes, that's half of it. What do you think, Squirrel? What would stop me from doing that sweet, sweet lady heroine?
Well, besides the fact that,
I feel like none of your...
possible trauma in the past.
Yes, you're halfway there. We're almost there. What about you, Panda? What do you think?
Your mom.
Ooh, who says my mom ever did that?
You.
Anyway, no, she's done many other things. I've never known her to use a needle. She just uses all kinds of rocks and snorts and all sorts of other stuff. Honestly, it was two things. When I was a child, okay, I had to have been, I don't fucking know, like, man, was I like between 6 and like 10?
It makes no difference to us. You were young.
Well, there's a reason, because I've seen a lot of crazy shit in my, as a child. But I was in between that age, okay? And I know, Panda, you have this proclivity for musicals. I saw a musical when I was that age. What musical do you think I saw that fucked me up? That would make me go, nope?
What?
Throw one out there, Flood. I feel like you might actually know.
It's got to be an older one.
It is very old.
Involving needles?
Oh, yeah.
Rent?
What?
Now
What the hell's
that's
Rent?
newer.
I don't know.
No. Nothing?
I was thinking Jesus Christ Superstar.
No. Wait,
Jesus
they use
Christ.
needles?
That whole thing is a
Superstar.
psychedelic.
No, but there's no needle. No,
there's not.
I have no
What do you
idea.
got? I feel like Flood's going to randomly blurt it out, and I'm going to be like,
Should I know this musical?
I think you would, but...
Was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
That was not a musical. It's fucking Johnny... That was actually an
This
excellent
is the
movie.
random shit that goes through his head.
That is an excellent fucking movie.
I know,
But
but
the fact that you
So,
said that, I know you've never
We
seen
have
the movie.
determined who is not the musical
I own that
aficionado.
movie.
Then why did you think it was a musical?
Because I thought they... I don't
No,
know.
exactly.
I
Fuck
thought it was
off.
on Broadway.
Yeah. What?
I thought they did a play about it.
Did they?
I think
I
so.
have no idea.
That's fucking weird.
I mean, there's
Okay.
been a lot of shit that
Okay,
had to
so the
do with
musical.
Hunter S. Scott or whatever
All right,
the fuck
all right.
his name was.
The musical.
Thomas. There you go. Thompson?
The musical that's in question here is the musical called the Pinball Wizard.
Oh.
There was a
Tommy.
scene.
Oh.
Yeah, Tommy. It's funny that you said Tommy. That's why I looked at you like, See, the
I didn't know
Pinball
that
Wizard.
they-
Listen, there is a scene, and anybody who has not seen it, and I'm assuming a good majority of our audience has not seen it, because I'm noticing from the demographics, we're actually pretty popular with younger people.
I've seen it.
So
Yeah, I've seen it.
there is a scene in there, and the movie itself, or the musical itself, was starring the Who. They did I think they did all the music for it, right? Did they do all the music for it? I feel like
I haven't seen it.
You've never seen it?
Nope.
Oh fuck! That's when
I
I'll
think-
watch with you, and it hurts my
I think
my soul.
Elton John.
Elton John was in it. Yeah, look at it.
Was
See,
in it.
fucking even Flood knows. Elton John was in it. Tina Turner was in it.
Yeah.
It's like it was a
lot
fucking
of
big deal,
people.
right? And I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then I remember Tina Turner doing this, and this fucking spoiler alert, because the whole thing, if you ever heard the Pinball Wizard song, right, it's about this blind, dumb, deaf kid can play pinball,
Yeah, you
and it's
can't-
like, yeah. So it's kind of like, what the
plays
fuck is her
by
name? What's her name?
vibrations.
Helen Keller. It's like Helen Keller. So he's operating off of the vibrations of the pinball machine, and he's able to fucking make it move, and he's killing people in the arcades, and so people are trying to take advantage of his talent, and oh yeah, play my guy, he's deaf and dumb and he's blind, he can't be, that sort
He's
of
like
thing.
an idiot savant.
Yeah.
Pinball.
And this is a musical.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there is a scene where Tina Turner's character, they do some horrible shit to this kid. She tries to put him on a toilet where the entire toilet seat has hypodermic needles sticking up to have him sit on it. And I think he sits on it. And there's another scene where he's spread out like Jesus Christ, because the dude, the lead singer of Who, he looks like Jesus Christ without fucking, facial hair.
And he's blonde.
And he's I think in a crucifixion pose where he's getting stuck with hypodermic needles. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? As a child, I'm like, no shots. You know what I'm saying? That bothered me. Okay, that was the first time. The second time, God help me, I'm even bringing this woman up. I don't even know if she's still alive. There was a prostitute I used to know that was in a flap house, with because I didn't have a lot of friends, in the area that I was living. Of course, I'm friends with the one, white hippie kid on the street, and his mother, dealt with, fucking drugs. We're talking like crack and all sorts of shit. To make, to pay rent or whatever the fuck they were paying, they had a prostitute living there. Pinky. Little short blonde chick that, literally is like everything you've ever seen in a movie, cartoon, anything. So classic, cliche prostitute, shit around her mouth, out the whole nine. One day, I go over there, and I remember my friend's mom says, Chris, I need you to get her out. I'm like, what? And mind you, I'm like, fuck, how old was I? I had to have been like 18, maybe 17, 18, somewhere in there. So I'm young, I'm like, what? You want me to what? Get Pinky out of the house. I'm like, what's wrong with Pinky? I'm like, in my mindset, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? I go in to get her out because she's in the back room where the laundry shit is. This woman has a fucking needle stuck in her arm. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, Ma said to get out of the house. You got to go. Why? But she wants to argue with me while this shit is stuck in her arm, and she's waving the arm with the needle stuck in it. And I'm like, I am like terrified because I'm just watching. And I'm like, you just need to go. You need to go now. Take that shit outside. Go. And yeah, that was a fuck moment. So yeah, that's why I don't like that shit. So yeah, between those two situations, like to see it on TV, right, is one thing, because it's like it's fucking entertainment. It's TV. I mean, how many times have we watched a movie where somebody's shooting up? I mean, TV shows, all of it. It happens. It's almost normalized, right? Because we see it so much. If depending on the movie and the action movie or whatever drama, you'll see that shit happen, and it's real. But fuck that shit. Didn't you bring up hard drugs?
Yeah, I don't think that's why you're afraid of them, though.
Why? What do you think?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just thinking there's a lot of things that you've probably seen, yet you're not afraid of them. So what's
that shit
the
fucking bothers me. Needles bother me, and I think that's the reason why. All right, you know what? That's a lot of like. Let's mark out for these words. Maybe. Did I just? What the heck?
Holy God, sometimes you just don't want to go to Facebook, you don't want to go to Twitter, you just want to look at a picture and either like it or ignore it or just keep moving on. Well, guess what? The UWC at UWC for Life has its own Instagram. Follow us. See our crazy, wacky adventures. Follow us on to Instagram TV, where you get exclusive stuff that you'll only see on Instagram TV. Stay in the now, stay in the wow. UWC for Life on Instagram.
UWC Network News.
About what you just said just took me to that weird ass place. That was weird. I don't even know why I was just thinking about that. Fucking pinball wizard. All right, before we go on with the world news, make sure you hit us up on their text line. It's 315-791-2280. That's 315-791-2280. If you have a question or you have a funny story, something, you want to tell us we fucking suck, just give us a text. Let us know. Also, you can stalk us on our link tree. I was told recently on one of my podcasts that people that have link trees usually have spicy content. I think all of our content is spicy in some form. And it's linktree.com/UWC, the number 4 life. That is linktree.com/UWC, the number 4 life. Okay. Trump got shot, or was going to get shot again. They literally found a potential shooter that was trying to assassinate him. Did anybody pull up the name on that? I just thought about that.
They said the name almost right away, but beyond that,
It was something Weasley Ruth.
It was Ruth. It was like Ruth.
Yeah, it was something Weasley Ruth. And I only know that because I was like, Weasley. That's funny. Harry
Oh,
Potter.
like Harry Potter?
That's why I remembered that part.
Yeah, well, the crazy part was that the stuff I did find out, he stuck a barrel of a gun. Didn't they say something like a AK or it was something of that nature? Through a chain link fence, and one of Trump's security guards happened to see the muzzle, and they were able to grab the guy. So, which is good. I mean, that's the second fucking attempt on his life.
Yep.
That's kind of insane. Like, what the fuck, man? That's out there. Apparently, when they did a deep dive on the guy, he is a vet that was advocating for people to join the People's Army of the Ukraine, which I thought was kind of weird. And he was known to make very small donations to the Democrat Party. Why killing Trump would have helped out what he was thinking, I don't know. But he is alive, and they have been interrogating him. I'm not sure if he's ever going to say anything, of value. We'll see what happens with that. That story's still developing. I mean, but that's crazy. I personally feel like we were in a weird ass place. Because, even the first time Trump ran, I've seen what do you call it? I've seen different, elections go off where it's like people say shitty things. They these guys are all like, oh, this person didn't, cut taxes when they, whatever, and I've seen the commercials. I think we all have at one point. But also, I've never seen the amount of instigating by a political party to incite violence. To this degree. Have you?
So I think that this is why I try not to say too much without knowing anything.
Well, what's up?
But a quick Google search would tell you otherwise.
Oh, what's going on?
He used to be a Trump supporter, so it doesn't really say anything beyond that. So
where's the proof on that?
Okay, where's the proof on what you're saying? I just told you a quick Google search. I just told you I don't know much about it.
That's fine. I freaking pulled the stuff up earlier. That's how I knew what I did know. So. What?
Nothing. Okay. I'm staying out of this because I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. All right. So, what's going on with Lebanon?
So, yesterday, in Lebanon, there was an attack where a bunch of pagers were exploding. So it turns out that Hezbollah had purchased a bunch of pagers and walkie-talkies about 5 months ago, it said, because they're trying to go low-tech to avoid surveillance from their Israelis.
Okay.
And honestly, I have no opinion one way or the other. I'd have to look more into it on the whole war over there. But there was a covert operation where these pagers were apparently set to detonate. So yesterday, a bunch of them detonated in the middle of Beirut. So not just the people involved with Hezbollah, but also civilians. And about 12 people were killed and about almost 3,000 people were injured in these attacks. And then today, the walkie-talkies started exploding. And another 14 people were killed and 450 people died. Or were injured, I mean. So the hospitals over there, needless to say, are overwhelmed. And it's just instigating the tit-for-tat type warfare that's going on. And now it's coming to a level where it's a whole new way of war over there.
That's crazy.
It's getting a little scary over there.
I don't think I've ever remembered anything like this before, where there was exploding equipment
devices, and these are low tech devices. So I mean,
that's crazy.
It was said that it was intentional, and there was multiple
agencies. In war, of course.
Multiple agencies involved with this operation. The United Nations really hasn't said a ton yet, but they're kind of on the side of this was a little bit of overkill considering it was civilians. There was children that were killed, so.
It sounds like something out of a movie.
Correct. It
Absolutely.
does. Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely it does.
Absolutely. Like who? Wow. So wait. So where did I'm sorry. Where did this stuff come from originally?
The devices were Taiwanese made, but they were distributed by a third party and intercepted at some point, clearly.
Oof.
So, I mean...
Oof. That's, I don't know. Wow.
Like I'm picturing James Bond
Yes.
running
That's what it
towards
feels like. It
something,
feels like this whole...
some ridiculous explosion behind him. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, no, I think the explosion was in front of them this time.
Or wherever. But
That's fucked. Okay. All right. Well, shit. All right, I guess we'll come back to this story another time. Hopefully, they have some kind of answers. I mean, I don't know stuff. When stuff like this happens, I mean, like, what's going to be the final straw that's going to make it? I mean, it's already a big deal. Obviously, it's a fucking war, but what's going to be that last straw that's going to make someone else, some other country or some other, person of authority go, no, that's enough. All right, now I'm jumping in.
That's why it's scary. I mean, it's scary because it's scary, and these were kids and women and children and, people that were involved in the Hezbollah group, but also people near them, obviously, were affected by this that had nothing to do one way or the other. But it's also the fact that it is going to involve other people soon, and that's it's...
Yeah. Oof. All right. I mean, I've got nothing left on that.
I have no follow-up.
Yeah.
What about
Nothing
you?
to
Flood?
add.
All right. Well, you know what? I think we're gonna take a quick break. Jesus, that was oof. Do me a favor, guys. As long as we can mark out for these words. Depending on which social media you decide to identify yourself with, we probably have that social media. Right now, I'm talking about X. X, UWC for Life is on there. You can see tweets, twits, twats, whatever. What are they, exclamations? I'm not exactly sure what they call them these days. But you can find us there at UWC, 4 Life. You will get some updates that will be shared among the multiverse of social medias. Is it a multiverse? I mean, each one of them has its own. Yeah, I guess it could totally be. So check us out on X, UWC, 4 Life. Okay, well, it's time for Pulp Cult News. You notice that when I wrote that, Pulp Cult? Because, pop culture is more like a cult than anything else. That's why I did that.
Silly me, I just thought it was an abbreviation.
No, it was done purposely. Okay, so we have Diddy Did It. If you guys remember, we did do a podcast. Did he do it? Well, apparently he did it.
I feel the need to say before we go any further, he has not been tried or found guilty.
Not
No,
yet.
not at all.
It's all allegations at this point.
Yeah. Well, so check it out. So, I pulled something up for you. Squirrel did me a favor, and she pulled up. What did you pull up? The charges and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the floor over to you. Hold on, let me get the right.
Well, Flood has them pulled up.
Oh, do you? Flood, you're gonna read them? Are you gonna read them all? Hold on. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, go.
Bend over. Sex trafficking by force and transportation to engage in prostitution.
That's fucking horrible.
The indictment accuses Combs of being the ringleader of a criminal enterprise that allowed him to sexually, physically, emotionally, and verbally abuse his victims for years. He abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sex desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. The indictment states he also stands accused of narcotics offenses, arson, bribery, kidnapping, forced labor, and other offenses.
Listen, Diddy's a scumbag.
Clearly.
He's been a scumbag. And so many people have tried to warn us repeatedly. Like, Diddy's like, God, how many Tupac tried to warn us?
You know, I was so angry when that Diddy song for the Godzilla 2000 movie came out.
What I don't even know that
and
song.
it was to The Who.
What?
Yeah, and no, not The Who, Led Zeppelin.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Kashmir.
Wait,
the rap
he
that
did
he did to Kashmir.
He did a fucking rap to Kashmir?
For Godzilla 2000.
That shitty one it was like an iguana. It wasn't even Godzilla.
The one that had the babies. And
yeah, it was horrible. It was it's like the one that nobody counts. It's like that movie.
Exactly.
That fucking sucks. Actually, no, that seems appropriate.
I think I've only seen it once.
You know what's really fucked up? I want to say, I was talking to Panda about this. A couple days before his indictment came out or whatever, I want to say like 3-4 days. Why did Eminem re-release his fucking album that he just released with 3 more songs, or one of them where he goes into a little bit of a detail about how Diddy put out a hit on Tupac and Biggie?
Oh yeah, I heard it.
But I'm saying he did that literally a couple days before he knew. How the fuck? How'd you know, Em? How'd you know he was going to get got so that way you could put that album out without getting sued? That's rough. This guy is like, like, do you guys remember Jeffrey Epstein? The whole thing, the whole thing with that when it was starting to come out. And who was the other one? The fucking the producer, the movie guy. What's his name? Fuck. What was his name? Panda. What's his name?
I don't know.
The guy, the fucking guy, the robe guy. What is his name?
What?
I like see because I can picture him right now.
I know he's Weinstein.
Weinstein. That's it. Oh, Jesus.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. God damn, that's close. And then P Diddy. Jesus.
Well, the stuff that, from reading it, that P Diddy did is very similar to what Epstein was doing.
Well,
what R. Kelly was accused of doing.
Oh, leave R. Kelly alone. He just peed a lot on everyone.
Come on.
He was horrible. Is he still around?
No.
He's in jail,
Thank
right?
God, yeah.
But nobody pulled up when they grabbed P Diddy. What was in the one of you? I thought one of you pulled up the list of stuff that was in his hotel.
This was his. Well, the indictment also alleges that he would have his hotel room stocked with drugs, baby oil, lubricants, linens, lighting. But in his homes in Miami and Los Angeles, they turned up narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube.
I'm sorry. How do you not find that funny? That's oh my God.
I mean,
on the surface,
it's
funny,
for external use, guys. Do not use baby oil any other way.
It's funny on the surface because lube, but
it's funny on the surface.
In reality,
no, baby oil is funny on the surface.
Earlier, in reality, this is shit that he was doing to people.
He's a fucking
ridiculous.
scumbag.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And you're making faces and you're doing like this weird contortion with your body about the situation. I get it because it's real people and it happened. Unfortunately. And this is where the horrible humor comes in, is that I go on to fucking TikTok and all I can see is people clowning about this shit. And I hate to say it.
And you had to jump on the bandwagon?
No, it was just fucking funny as shit. And it's actual current stuff that's happening. It's not, people talking about their Riz. It's talking about this dude who's fucked up. That will never be, you know what, even like, all right, we know that, fuck that, we know this. He's not getting off. Right? Can we all agree on that? He is not getting off.
Let's hope not.
Right now, I will agree to nothing.
I don't think he's getting off. They got him. And even if they didn't get him, if he somehow finds a way, buys off whoever he needs to buy off to get off of this, right?
I see what you did there.
Oh, so I didn't even know. I just caught what you caught. I didn't even know I did that. All right, cool.
I refuse to laugh.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. This is the thing. it's like, let's say he does get off, right? With the baby oil. Who the fuck is going to get behind him on anything? He's the dude. Okay.
He's tainted goods
Freak
now.
off.
He's fucked up. Yeah, his freak off parties. Listen. Okay, and you could sit there and be like, oh, he has all the money in the world. Panda, what did we talk about last night?
You're getting ahead of yourself if we start talking about that.
I don't know what you mean by that.
What did we talk about last night?
You don't remember? Apparently you don't remember. You didn't really think about it. This is old news, but it's very relevant news. When it comes to P. Diddy, okay? And this is the funny thing.
I guess I don't.
Is that P. Diddy, and he got popular in our generation, well, yeah, by using music from the 80s and 90s and whatever, right? He would sample it. Sometimes, he asked for permission, sometimes he didn't. One person,
a few times he didn't.
One person he didn't ask for permission is the singer Sting. The whole song, I'll Be Watching You, all that. He never asked for permission, so he got sued, and a part of the lawsuit was he would pay Sting royalties for the song. Flood, when do you think he pays royalties, and how much do you think he pays?
None.
Oh no, he pays royalties.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. You know how much he pays?
50,000.
Okay, you think 50,000. Okay, that's sounds like okay. He pays $2,000.
That's fucking ridiculous.
A day. Since he's had it.
Okay.
When did that song come out? When did Biggie die? Since that day, $2,000 every fucking day. Real story. Because I saw an interview with Sting where he said, I put my daughter through college, and I don't know if he has $1 or $2, but he's like, he put them through college, and his grandkids are set to go through college.
Damn.
Off of what Diddy. So Diddy has all this money, right? How many times has he done this where he's paying people off? Eventually, that's going to run out, right?
Yeah, and hopefully after all of this, people.
I hope he goes away forever. I hope he goes away forever. What are you looking up? I feel like you're looking something up. What do you got going over there?
Nothing.
Huh? Nothing? Okay. All right. So, what do you guys know about Batman?
This one I didn't know.
You didn't know, huh?
No.
What about Batman?
Next week, he's getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what's crazy and or ridiculous about that?
I'm opposed.
Fuck off. You know what's crazy and awesome about that, which is and it's ridiculous, is the fact that is an honor reserved for people in people.
Period.
Actors, entertainers, all that shit, right?
Real people.
He is the first superhero, and they even stated he is the first superhero to get his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I believe that there's animals on there too.
Really?
What?
Yeah,
I think
the
Rin
Frasier
Tin
dog's
has
on
one.
there.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Rin Tin.
But again,
has
that is
one.
a living being, an actual.
So
living
Batman
being.
has now transcended into the culture to the point he beat everyone. Superman was the first superhero. Okay, Spider-Man's probably one of the most popular superheroes. He has got his own walk. Come on, guys.
How would you feel if you were an actor who
and
had
stars next to Batman?
Their, star.
I would be honored if I was an actor and I was next to Batman.
Hold on, hear about you. Going off of what you just said. No, I get what you're saying. You're like, God damn, I didn't get one, but Batman got one. But what about all the stars like Ben Affleck?
No, that's not what I said.
Robert Pattinson.
I said, how
Michael
would...
Keaton.
No.
Hold on, I'm not
because they're not getting them. Batman is.
Well, no, I'm saying, but they were all Batman.
Still not what I asked. You guys are missing the point. I said, how would you feel if you were someone who has a star and it meant something? To me, it'd be like, oh shit, I guess it didn't actually mean as much as I thought.
Well, that's
but
you.
Bump.
Because Batman's pretty fucking important.
He's not real.
He is. In the hearts of all of us.
Okay.
I don't know why.
But where does it end? Because then it could be like any cultural thing.
I love you. You love me.
Barney,
you love Barney. Should we put him on the
Yes, Barney should get one. Shit, Barney was amazing. You're telling me Bernie wasn't amazing?
Let's put Thomas the Train on there.
Thomas was a cunt. He was a cunt.
Does Ringo Starr have one? Because he was the conductor.
I know he was.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he does.
George Carlin is the only conductor to me.
Yes.
Suck it.
Yes.
True story.
Which... Fucking George Carlin? Seriously? On a children's show? That's so awesome.
I think if you look up those, though, they did that because they had to as part of they did something wrong thing. It was their community service.
Shut up.
Swear to God, look it up.
That's interesting.
That is something you need to
look
next week. I want to get a list. Get me a list of every star that had to do like children's programming as community service. And we all know that Katy Perry...
Everybody that was on Sesame Street.
No, not Katy Perry. She showed those titties off anywhere. So...
No, she kissed a girl and she liked it.
She was on Sesame Street wearing an Elmo shirt with so low cut to the point where they were like, we can't show that. But they ended up showing it. Yeah. She got in trouble. She never got asked back to Sesame Street because that's what she came in. I love you, Katy Perry.
Yeah, they showed it. So
it's Katy Perry.
How
do you not?
What does that tell you?
I love you. You love... No.
Then again, we are in a world that's putting Batman on the Walk of Fame, so...
Abso-fucking-lutely. Let's mark out for these words.
Yes.
I love you. Batman. Hello, this is Tiger Smith. I'd like to thank all of you for listening to all of the UWC podcasts. If it's Shooting with Friends, Social Anarchist, or any other possible projects we have coming down the pike. And most of all, we'd like to thank everybody for their support. Outside of listening to the podcast, we also have a tab with our link tree links that will take you to all of our different social medias and our shop. If you help us out by purchasing an item off the shop, it helps out the podcast exponentially. We love making content for you. So please visit the shop. See if there's something that speaks to you. It might be something to wear. It might be something to drink out of. But either way, you're helping out the UWC network. Thank you. My God. All right, let's do some local news. All right.
Local news.
We're going to start with Fairport schools. Who has fairs?
That is I.
Oh, you. Okay.
So, Fairport Schools, starting in the fall of 2026, is doing something that I have believed high schools should do for fucking ever. Starting in the fall of 2026, high school students, guess what time they get to go to school? Guess what time their school day will start?
Oh, what time?
9 a.m.
Really?
9 to 3:45. And it's based on research.
Because I'm assuming they're more receptive to actually learning shit at that time, right?
Probably more awake.
Yeah, because they're more awake, they're getting more sleep. It just aligns with a lot of things that research shows.
You know what? I would not hate it if the school day went to 4 or almost 5.
Because really what it is it's currently backwards. Like high school students need more sleep is what research shows. But yeah, them starting earlier cuts into the sleep versus the younger kids who actually don't need as much, and yet they're the ones who start later. It's backwards. So,
which is why I slept in every class.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if other school districts follow.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sticking with that. I wish they would go to like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Because you know why? This is why. Because it's like, one, they'll have more opportunity to learn stuff, but at the same time, it's almost conditioning them for a work day. Where it's like, when they get out of school, it's like, it won't be normal. You know, it won't be like, oh, fuck, I gotta go work for... But it'll be like, oh, yeah, it's like school, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be like muscle memory.
I mean, technically, with school starting earlier than
academics
than a traditional work day, going to work should technically be easier at this point. So I'm not sure that's really a valid reason. But
no, because you remember not normal work days, depending on your job field, doesn't start that early. So them starting at 9, it's like normal work days around 8:30, 8 o'clock, 9, somewhere around there, depending on your what you're doing for a typical thing. And if they went a little longer. You know? Right.
So what I'm saying is, as it stands now, if high school students have to go to high school at 7:30, going off into the quote-unquote real world and having a 9-to-5 job should actually be easier because they're used to getting up at 7:30. They actually get to sleep in more. So I don't think
that's what I was trying to say.
So I don't think that's really a reason for needing to start high school to later to prepare them.
I don't know if you got that. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, but for a different reason. I don't think that one's really necessary.
What do you
like
guys
if
think?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Well, like I said,
you slept through everything.
Well, no. While you guys were yapping, I said, and you'll hear it when you athletic academics, sports.
Okay.
What about them?
They happen after school at a certain time. If you're going from 4 to 5, and you have a sporting team,
you're cutting into that.
You're cutting into that, and you're pushing it later back into the day for practices and stuff, and then that screws up their sleep too.
So, yes and no. A lot of schools have either an after-school period, so there's still time between when the school day officially ends and when a lot of sports teams start practicing. So really, I think what it would actually impact is the clubs, because there's no time now. So either you have to push the sports that much later, or you keep them where they're at, but then you have to choose. Either I'm on student council, or I'm on yearbook, or I go to, soccer practice, whatever. I think that's probably what will happen.
I agree.
Okay, what is this thing? I can't read this. Is this tags? Tays?
Toys?
Oh, who wrote this?
Me. And you should know what that says.
Oh my God! Pick a freaking style, man. It's a hybrid between printing and cursive. I didn't fucking know it.
There's no cursive to be found on that page.
This looks like cursive. Does that not
No.
What the fuck? It's like TOS something.
Not cursive.
You see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Well, it's toys.
No, it looks like TOS. You do the same thing with your fucking hybrid cursive. God, I want.
Okay, but toys is on the agenda.
I forgot.
So,
how much shit have we talked about already today?
We've talked about a lot.
We've talked a lot.
Yeah.
God damn.
But
Anyway.
the toys is me.
Okay.
So, the Strong Museum of Play has the National Toy Hall of Fame.
Yes, I love it.
They announced today their nomination finalists. So, some of the ones that are in, there's about 12 of them, is Apples to Apples.
Really?
The game, yep. Balloons. Just balloons. Choose Your Own Adventure game books.
Okay.
Which I do remember those. Those are fun.
I love those.
We were just talking
I
about
love those books. I used to get them from the Scholastic book fairs.
Yeah, we were just talking about it
Fucking love that. What are we
Saturday.
having for dinner?
Listen.
I know.
Hess Toy Trucks.
Okay. Oh, my God. There's a million of those.
My Little Pony. Phase 10, which is a card game.
I was going to say, I don't know what that one.
That one Gwen would know. She would...
I don't even know who that is.
Pokemon trading cards.
Ooh. Yeah, there it is.
Remote control.
Raichu.
Yeah, remote control RC cars.
I used to always want one of those as a kid, and they're fucking expensive.
They are.
Could never get one.
Sequence, which is a card / board
Clothing?
game. Sequence.
Clothing?
Not sequins, sequence.
That's funny.
Stick horse, or AKA the hobby horse.
Okay.
Trampolines.
Okay.
And Transformers.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
Go for Transformers. They should have been in there fucking years ago.
Yeah. So fans can vote from today until the 25th of this month at toyhalloffame.org.
Oh wait, so not all of them get in. Only
Correct.
No,
These are just the
one.
finalists right now.
So wait, how many people? What actually gets in then?
Well, so
Whichever one.
people can vote from today until the 25th
I got to do that.
at toyhalloffame.org. And then the three top that get the votes, the three that get the most votes, will be put in the player's choice ballot and will be tallied with the ballots from 22 historians and other experts. The winners will be revealed in November. Usually they do between 3 and 4. They pick.
See, I'm torn because when I was a kid, every Christmas my grandparents got us a Hess truck.
I used to love those.
That was a thing, but there's no Hess anymore.
Yeah, well, they still make the trucks.
Which doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, who fucking is selling them?
You can get them online.
That's
Speedway, because Speedway bought out Hess.
But you can get them online as well. That was everybody's like big thing at Christmas. I loved Hess truck.
And the Pokemon card.
You know what? All right, so there was a Hess truck that had like a race car that was in the back of it.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that one?
Yep.
Yeah, I had all those.
Loved it because I would play with it. You know, I didn't keep them in the boxes. Fuck you guys. I keep everything in the boxes.
No, we all played with them.
How do you do?
They used to have the big police car.
What is that?
It is toyhalloffame.org.
Toy Hall. I'm like literally doing this. Hall of Fame. Hold on. .org. Yes. Jesus.
You missed it. One of the nominees was Phase 10. Yeah, see?
I love a good game of Phase 10, and no one will ever play with me.
You know what?
We heard of it.
We have it.
I have it too.
We bought it.
Yeah, we bought it for the camping.
Okay, so I just went to the thing that you told me, and it's not doing the thing. Oh, well, I'll check it out, after we get off, because I'm voting for Transformers. I said it. Transformers needs to get into the Hall of Fame. They should have been in the Hall of Fame fucking since 1983.
Transformers and My Little Ponies have been in pretty much every year.
Yeah, because
they've been in a lot, so eventually, hopefully, they'll get in there.
I hope so.
Pokemon.
All right, guys, we're going to take Actually, we're not going to take another break. I was going to do another break, but you know what I'd rather do? I'd rather turn things over to a little segment I like to call Flood. What did I say?
Flood said.
Flood said. Hold on. What?
What about my shit?
What else?
Galasano.
You already did that.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. And I spent a lot of time on this.
Oh my god. Hold on. I fucked that up. All right, hold on. Here we go. All right, what's going on with Galasano?
We're confused.
You left. It threw me off. It threw me completely off. I'm hungry.
So, Tom Galasano is the owner of Paychecks. For those of you who don't know.
I did not know that he owns Paycheck. I knew he had a whole thing with the fucking hospital.
No, he's the owner and the founder of Paychecks.
I didn't think I was announcing that to the people in the room.
Fuck, I didn't know that. You know why? Because I always hear Galasano Children's Hospital. That's where my mind goes.
So in other news, Tom Galasano is the owner of Paychecks.
Thank you for letting us know.
In the actual news, he is
Tom Galasano.
He is reportedly worth $6.3 billion.
Holy shit. That is a lot of goddamn cheddar, guap, money, simoleons.
Yes. And yesterday, okay, so first of all, he's from Rochester. He currently lives in Florida. A few years ago, I recall it being a tax thing. Anyway, another story for another time.
Yep.
Yesterday, he was in Rochester to announce that he's donating something like a total of $360 million. I had to say it that way.
Hold on. We got up. There it is.
Cha-ching.
And so I was going through the list, and it's like hard when you are really passionate about like caring professions, generally speaking, and education. Like it's all of the things that I care about.
Professions?
Like helping professions.
Supportive.
Like
I've never heard it called caring professions.
I didn't mean to say caring. I actually meant to say helping professions.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, in education, and he's donated to so many places, and just looking at the amounts, it's amazing to think about the impact that this money is going to have on some of these organizations. He donated $5 million to Mercy Flight. Whoa. He donated $20 million to Rochester Regional Health.
Really?
But then there's...
Whoa. Hold on. Pause that shit. The amount of money he has given to Strong, and he literally has a wing named after him.
Right.
The Children's Hospital is named after him, and he gave it to their competitor, basically.
You must not have looked at the list then, because if you're talking about competitors, no, for him that's not what it's about.
Across the board.
It's about helping his community.
Awesome.
So He donated to so many places. They broke it down into categories. One is health. One is education. One is intellectual and developmental disabilities. General community. So, for instance, education. He donated $5 million to Alfred State. He donated $5 million to St. John Fisher University.
There you go.
He donated $5 million to Aquinas, to Bishop Kearney, to Charles Finney.
Wow.
It's like I'm getting chills, and I've read this list multiple times already.
It's going to fund a lot of programs for a lot of kids.
Seriously, he's going to help out people across like you said, across the board.
Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome.
I mean, he even donated $2 million to WXXI, which for those of you listening who don't know, that's our local public television station.
Which is educational.
Well, and also radio.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's going to fund a lot of programs, too.
Oh, yeah.
He even donated, for those of you who care about, he donated $2 million to Freedom Guide Dogs for the Blind. He has a whole category of animal welfare. Yeah. He donated $250,000 to Better Together Rescue Center.
That's the one that got me because that's my thing.
He donated $1.5 million to Finger Lakes SPCA of Central New York. Like, I could go on and on and on.
What is SPA?
SPCA?
Yeah.
Like the Humane Society, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he likes animals.
He donated to local, like extremely local cat rescues. $250,000 to Keller's Cat Rescue. $250,000 to Mr. Gray's Strays. Like, how can you say that without having tears in your eyes? Like,
Did he do anything for birds?
Well, some of those organizations also deal with birds. He did do Lollipop. I think it said he gave Lollipop money, which they do birds. They do farm animals.
He just gave money to so many people.
Well, that's good for him.
Which was like my, gut reaction. And then, I had to, last night, you and I, Christopher X, were talking, and I kind of jokingly, it was really jokingly, said, is there a point at which a person can have so much money that it's considered hoarding? Because it's more than you could possibly ever use or spend or need.
My reaction to that was, no, it's
money.
Well, yeah. But then
you can't hoard money.
The thing is, he's doing this, which is great.
God damn.
And clearly he's still, got enough to live on. So
you know what's fucked up? Now, just because you fucking said that, now it's in my head. You know who the original money hoarder was?
Who?
Scrooge McDuck.
Oh,
he had a money bin, and he used to
let's put him on the Walk of Fame. Right?
I wish we would, man. He taught me work smarter, not harder.
But I still want to put this man's donations into perspective for you, because it really was a joke. Like, for those of you who don't know, the psychology part of me has to tell you, when it comes to the hoarding, no, it's not hoarding. Hoarding is when you have this sense of anxiety that something bad is going to happen if you don't, keep everything that you have, and so much so that it's literally causing problems in your life. So I don't personally say I'm going to do that. But to put this donation into perspective, he donated approximately 5.5% of his net worth.
Okay.
So if you break that down to amount that we can relate to, right? So let's say you make $62,000 a year.
I wish. That
would mean if I made $62,000 a year, I would be donating $3,410 or $284 a month.
Okay, what the fuck does that mean for normal people?
To just try to relate
to
the
us,
amount that he's giving away.
It's like a drop in the bucket of our salary.
Yeah.
But is it though? $284 a month.
To me, is a lot. That's my car payment. That's
right.
Yeah, I was going to say that's my car payment. Actually, it's less than my car payment.
But for him to do it, it's like, holy shit.
It's a lot of fucking money. All right.
Here's another interesting thing to put it in perspective. Guess how many people there were, I think, in 2022 in the U.S.?
I don't know, a lot.
333 million. So he could have basically given $1 million to every person in the U.S.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
And still had
money left
95% of his income.
However, all of a sudden that'll look really, really generous when I tell you about the Walmart heirs. They have a combined net worth of $332 billion.
Okay.
If they were to give away the same percentage of their income, they would give away $18.2 billion.
So clearly they could be doing more.
And what they actually gave was $2.3 billion over 4 years.
That's a lot of money, too.
It is a lot of money, but to them it's not. That's the scale that she's talking about.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
They could be doing a hell of a lot more.
Flood said what? Hold on. Flood said,
they tell you that you should just say no to drugs. But if I'm talking to my drugs, I probably already said yes.
Why was that so funny? Plus, me talking about hard drugs
earlier.
All right,
Did
guys.
you already have that one picked out?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny, actually. All right, so guys, we're gonna get going. I need to eat food, like in a violent way. I need to eat it, and I need to know that it was alive at one point, and it was in misery when it died. I need to eat food. But thank you for listening. What?
Nothing.
You guys never think about that? Like, damn, this thing must have like suffered, and now I'm eating it.
No.
I'd rather not think that.
Yeah.
I absolutely think that every time I eat a steak. If it's bloody, I'm like, bloody. Thank you for listening, guys. We will talk to you sooner than later next Wednesday. Social Anarchist. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.